Good evening, everyone. This is Emiliano Miller, my third autistic video. For tonight, I'm going to show you about preparing for dinner. For tonight, I'm going to be making spaghetti and salad. Here's how we begin. You first add water. And then, when you got enough water, you put it onto the stove. And then you turn on the flame for the water to boil. In order for the noodles to be ready to boil, next, if you got any ground beef or ground turkey, cut open this package, which I have in my hand, and then you add it into this pan in order for it to fry up. Once you have your ground beef or ground turkey out of the package, you need a plastic bag small enough to hold the empty package, so that way you can dump it out into the trash whenever you're done with cooking dinner. Now we're going to let this water boil and the ground beef or ground turkey fry up until they're all warm. And once the ground beef is fried up, I break it off into pieces with this wooden spatula and add salt and pepper on top of it. When the water boils, I'll add some salt. Ladies and gentlemen, now that the ground beef or ground turkey is roasting up in the pan, we're gonna let it sizzle. But first, I'm gonna break it off like this. Now once it's all been fried up, you add pepper and salt on top of the meat in order for the taste to be succulent. And you add salt into this water right here in the pot. Now you don't need any big chunky pieces in your spaghetti, only smaller, so that way your So that way your carbs are added to fit within your proteins. Alright everyone, now that the ground turkey has been fried up and smushed, I will set the timer for 7 to 9 minutes for the noodles to boil in the pot. When you have a package of noodles, cut them open with these scissors. And you get in half the noodles after carefully removing the lid off the hot boiling pot. Gently place in the noodles, and if some of your noodles fell on the floor, throw them into the trash. But if they're still on the stove and not on the floor, be sure you are very, very careful. And now that the noodles are in the boiling pot, pick up the noodles that fell on the floor and put them into the trash. Even the tip of the noodle package that you just cut open. Now once the noodles are boiling, here's how the salad process begins. Pour in half the leafy greens into this big bowl and save half of the leafy greens for later if you make another salad. But the top ingredients that you need for your salad are tomatoes and croutons and cranberries if necessary. Be sure that your tomatoes are washed up and ready to be put into the salad. If necessary, add in these cranberries. And finally, the croutons. Now that your salad ingredients have been put into the big bowl, grab wooden spoons and use them to mix the salad around, and make sure that you didn't miss any other ingredients to be mixed in the salad. Now that the salad has been mixed, place in the big bowl of salad into the fridge. And the bag of leafy greens into the fridge as well. Now that you mixed your salad, put in these spoons into the sink. But if you're still using them, use them with the salad in order to place the salad into these two small bowls, and be sure that there's enough for the whole family. Now that the ground beef has been fried up and smushed, and the noodles are boiled and cooked all the way, I will start draining out the noodles by placing them into the strainer in the sink. It's most important that you ask for help in order to check that your food has been cooked up all the way after losing their rawness. You gently and carefully tip the pot over and let the noodles cool down in their strainer. When one noodle is left remaining inside the pot, carefully remove it out of the pot and place it into the strainer. And once the strainer and the noodles are all cooled up, place them into the pot along with the ground turkey, and then add the meat sauce straight inside the pot along with the noodles and ground turkey. And then you serve the ground turkey added with the spaghetti sauce and the noodles. Once combined as a real spaghetti, place them into these 3 bowls. And if you have any parents or guardians, aunts or uncles or grandparents that you have in your family, and of course you might share with your brothers and sisters. Thank you. Now that the noodles are in the strainer, grab the handles of the strainer and walk slowly to the pot on the stove. Tip the strainer over and add in the spaghetti noodles into the pot. And scrape the remaining noodles off the strainer with this spoon. And then you add the ground turkey, smushed up, added with salt and pepper, into the pot with your wooden spatula. And place the pan and spatula next to the sink. Finally, add the meat sauce into the pan. And stir your spaghetti around at the bottom in order for your spaghetti to be combined and ready for your dinner meal. Now once your spaghetti is stirred and not missing any other yellowness around, you may now add it into these 3 bowls. Thank you. So that's all for tonight. Please subscribe on your YouTube channels. And this is my third autistic YouTube video. Thank you and good night.